there's so many things.
Yeah.
So call me.
So since you never get a second chance to make a first impression, what are the things you should absolutely never do on a first date?
Okay. Boy, do you have an hour? All right, so since as a matchmaker, I'm sending people out on first dates all the time, and you would think adults would know these things already, but somehow we don't, and especially watch the alcohol consumption, all right?
Like
so,
no more
you
than
know,
5
you'll have
drinks.
a couple glasses of Chardonnay and everything, and all of a sudden you're telling about, you know, you were abused as a child, or what medications you're on, or the custody battle with your ex right now, or,
I don't know,
your
sounds like good
$100,000
conversation
credit card
to me.
debt, or it's you're using it as a therapy session. Okay, so that's a no-no.
Or vomit session.
Or talking about your ex.
Yeah.
You know, this is the time to get to know the new person in front of you, not the ex. I mean, there's so many things.
Yeah.
So call me, and I'll make sure you get that list. So
what do you do if the guy starts talking about his ex?
Yeah, well, they'll do that too. Now, this is where the miscommunication happens, because one person, let's say you're divorced, they might say, so what happened? Why did you get a divorce? That's not an entry to talk for half an hour about what happened. You just say, maybe 60 seconds, 30 seconds, you know, we're going out different directions in our life, but we love our kids. He's a great guy. He's the father of my children, whatever. I wish him the best. That's it, and then move on. Who wants to hear all about that?
Yeah.
You know, so it's
all right, so don't tell your whole life story, right? And stop with the medication. What else?
Or at least don't let them know.
Just don't tell them about the meds.
Antipsychotic.
Exactly. Or you just got out of prison. You know.
Yeah. I think that one of the big things is to go there with the right kind of expectation. Like, be present to the conversation you're having.
Yeah.
Not putting on all these expectations. Oh, this is going to be the man of my, you know, my children, or oh, I can't wait till we get married. You know, already imagining what's going to happen. Already putting this guy in a box and thinking, oh, well, he, you know, you've got your little 10-point list. What do I want?
Yeah.
And oh, ticking off, oh, this, that.
And making it like an interview. Some people say that. I felt like I was on an interview.
Yeah.
I was being interrogated. You know?
And you know what? When you're on an interview and you're sitting across from each other, your personality style changes. It goes to work mode. So when you learn personality styles, it's not the same one you'll be in a relationship with.
So the woman's in her masculine again. Like,
yeah.
You know.
The other thing is, I have done this before, and it blew up in my face. I told the guy, he said, well, so what kind of man are you looking for? So I rattle off all the cool things. He becomes that. I fall in love with who he is portraying himself to be.
Gosh.
And 3.5 months later, I had signs along the way, of course, but it was fun. 3.5 months later, I'm thinking, okay, yes, I did fall in love, but it was the person he was pretending to be. And who was it that told him everything I wanted? It was me. So.
Yeah.
Would you say that's something too that you wouldn't say on a? I'm not gonna.
I wouldn't run off a list on a date either. You just say, you know, I want to see if there's chemistry. I want to get a few things you can have, some deal breakers. But I say, as a woman, don't have more than 5 things on your list.
And I think we have to avoid complaining about any ex.
Absolutely.
Complaining on a first date is just completely out of the picture.
Because I sexy.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not sexy.
And they know you're going to be complaining about them to the next person.
Yeah, they'll picture that. Oh, she's going to be complaining.
There's a
about
difference
that's gonna be
between, I mean, because I just remember in my dating experience, you know, men saying, so what was your last relationship? Why didn't it work out? I would think that that's different, you know, saying, well, here's what happened versus, well, you know, he was a real asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
You say we weren't a good fit. We had a great relationship, and then at the end we kind of realized we were going in different directions. You don't have to say.
Or if there was an infidelity, you can say that. You know, there was an infidelity, and this is
That's honest.
Couldn't work through that,
to you.
and that. But you don't have to go into the details of. Yeah, it was a secretary and that bitch I saw at the Christmas party, and I wanted to rip her, you know, hair out.
That could be a fun date. I think the important thing is also because for women, you know, because we're conditioned to be good girls, right, and to show up for the date the way we expect it to be. It's like a lot of times there's a lot of pretense going on, right? And when you start off pretending to be someone, that's hard work, maintaining that pretense, right?
It is
the
a lot
next.
hard work.
And then what happens if you do actually marry? You've got to continue the pretense, or that's when the problem
I
starts.
think you could solve a lot of this if instead of having a first date where you're interviewing each other, which is so unattractive. I like the way you said that, right? But to have something where you have fun together.
I agree. I totally
have
agree.
An experience.
I say that to people all the time. Just go have fun and enjoy the meal, if anything, you know, especially, you know, if you're getting treated, why not? I mean,
So this elusive first date sounds like there's a couple rules for ladies to follow. Don't tell your life story. Have an experience and have fun, and don't expect that this guy's going to be your soulmate just off the first date. Remember, it's all about having fun, and then you can decide if you want a second date.